as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. He might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Play action. It's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side is gone. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 153 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On second down, it's Cook again. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. And out now come the Eagles. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing we're calling it now, I mean, you don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So out come the Bucs now. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give. This is Cook. Shifts free at the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dalvin Cook, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he loses the football a second time. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And that's got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Smith. It fights him off. No, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5.
You know, has to be really happy after that play. The offensive line, to be able to create space in that situation when everything's jammed in and everyone knows you're going to run it, that's a big-time play.
Because you're probably just thinking, hey, let's get to the 4 or 5 and get some breathing room, right?
That's all you're asking for. That's all your punter's asking for. Instead, he's not necessary now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time Cook able to power through. Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Now I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you got to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. first down throw. It's Smith. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. A run there on first down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On second down, Cook. Gets around him. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Cook diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
You've got to put up with me in this booth. I'm not trying to be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Still first down.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Handoff comes to Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Again, it's Cook. Dances by him and shedding through the tackle. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Boy, I mean,